How can I put this? Well, folks, it is official. James Gunn Superman is officially a flop after only 34 days in theaters. Let's talk about it on One Shots. It's official. James Gunn Superman comes out on digital 8/15/2025. It is officially a flop. That's basically less than 45 days after its official release on July 11th, 2025. 34 days. I want everybody to keep that in mind. 34 days after its official release in theaters. And for what I'm hearing on the streets, WBD, especially Zaslav and the shareholders, they are not happy with James Gunn.
Hit that director in the face really fucking hard.
Oh, ow, ow, ow. Oh. Despite what everybody's been telling you, despite what all the shills have been telling you, handful of Gunn fans that actually are fans of his. I don't count the shills. So I'm hearing that they're not happy, and currently the DC brand is what they call in flux now.
Dick, I'm very disappointed.
I'm sure it's only a glitch, a temporary setback.
You call this a glitch?
So I'm going to be pulling up some information here to look at, but I want everybody to know that this would be, I'll lose count, but this is at least the 7th or the 8th consecutive fucking flop in a row for WBD and DC.
You see this all the time at the level of a top producer who, between them or separately, will make flop after flop after flop after flop.
I honestly lost count. At this point, it doesn't matter because the goalposts have been moved so much that the Snyder fans don't even care. We're focused on the fact that we yet again got another complete and utter disappointment universe from this man. That's what everybody should be focused on right now. Robert Meyer Burnett, John Campea, Real Rejects, Dinner Nerds, Matt Ramos, Angry Joe, Blu-ray Angel. I'm calling all of y'all out right now.
I'm gonna burn it down.
I want everybody to know, first of all, here at the Lethal Geeks, me and my partner, Sergeant Riggs, y'all know him as Phil Costello. Let me tell you something. The one thing that we are not going to do is go to WBD or Universal or Lionsgate or anybody else to shill for them just to get a product or just to get backstage passes or just to be a part of the company.
I am not for sale.
We don't care about corporate. We care about the fans. We care about what we want. We care about the things that we want. So I want everybody to know that Robert Meyer Burnett, John Campea, I'm calling all y'all out. Real Rejects, Dinner Nerds, Matt Ramos, Angry Joe, and Blu-ray Angel. All of you shills that shield for WBD, only to make, let me look this up right quick, barely $600 million. It probably won't cross. It might get to 590, 595 at best. It is not going to cross $6 million by $600 million by the time that it actually reaches digital.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
So everybody keeps comparing the numbers. So let's compare the numbers. James Gunn Superman had a $225 million budget, they say. Now, let's go ahead and break that down. The movie budget, the production budget, yeah, that was probably right, 225. But that didn't count the 150 to $200 million that was used for the marketing and the advertisement. I mean, I'm sure I wasn't the only one that saw all of that stuff that they were doing overseas, right? Y'all saw all of that. And do you think that was actually part of the $225 million budget? You are insane. This film cost $225 million to make budget-wise for just the production, paying the actors, and all of that stuff. That extra 150 to 200 million, that was marketing. How much does that make this film? 425, and I'm probably being generous, okay? $425 million. So despite what everybody is telling you, this movie needed to make over $700 million just to break even.
We're scheduled to begin construction in 6 months. Your temporary setback could cost us $50 million in interest payments alone.
Let's talk about the math right quick as far as the comparison between Man of Steel and James Gunn Superman. So everybody is bragging that the box office for the domestic is flying past Henry Cavill's Man of Steel because it's up to, what is it now? 320 million, something around there, somewhere around there. All right. But that's actually not true if you know how to do math. So how much were tickets back in 2013? Let's look that up. $8 and change was the average. $8 and change was the average. And just on $8 and change at the average, Man of Steel's total box office, including domestic, was $670 million. James Gunn Superman is barely cracking 600 million, and ticket prices are double.
This is great.
The math is not hard. I want you to take that $16 that the tickets cost today versus what they cost in 2013. It's like missing a person for every ticket you sold.
What's that supposed to mean?
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Huh? Think, McFly, think.
Think about that. If the tickets were $8 and he made 670 million at the box office, so $8 a person, 670 million, versus now $16 a person, sometimes $24 a person if you went through the Amazon, whatever it was, to purchase those tickets. So you paid double anyway. Hell, you can say you paid triple. But average ticket prices now are $16, and he only made 585 million so far. That's approximately what Iron Man made during its box office run. 585 million.
All right. Unreal. That's what makes a lot of sense.
So do the math. That means that Man of Steel, and his math's not hard. It's not hard to think about. Man of Steel sold more tickets on $8 per person than James Gunn sold on $16 per person.
How much?
Half. No fucking way.
Don't believe me? Look up the numbers. I'm not going to do it for you. I'm not going to do it for you. I'm not going to hold your hand for you like the Shills did and everybody else did. I encourage you to use that brain of yours, get on the internet, and look all of this stuff up.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Now, let's get back to the point of this film not needing to beat Man of Steel or to even crack 700 million. The reason why they are telling you that, because they know where they fucked up. That's all that means. See, the bar was set so high back then that WBD tried to lower that standard. They tried to lower that bar, even back then, even back in starting with 2013's Man of Steel. They tried to lower the bar because they knew that they couldn't get that. This is what this was all about. This wasn't about Zack Snyder and his film being good or bad. This was about a studio knowing that they cannot catch Marvel, but they tried anyway. And they experimented with Zack Snyder's universe, and then they ruined it. Still trying to chase Marvel. Keep that in mind. So the goalposts have been moved so much by WB and DC that nobody trusts y'all anymore.
I just don't trust you.
And that's just a fact. And you're going to have to deal with that fact. Now, I said that I would not laugh when his movie fails. And I'm going to keep that promise. I'm not going to laugh because I don't think it's fucking funny. As a matter of fact, I think it's very disappointing.
You think you can run this school? If you could, then I wouldn't be here, would I?
Simply because You wasted 2.5 years of people's lives when we could have had a conclusion already to Zack Snyder's 5-film saga, which was what that was. A 5-film saga. Okay? Sort of like, in the vein of Lord of the Rings. We could have had that already. So I'm not going to laugh. I don't think it's funny. As a matter of fact, I think that there is some malfeasance going on in this studio with regards to how you treat the fans and what the fans want. Like I said, you may have a handful of people that actually like Gunn and like his work, but not that many. And this is proof of it right here. This will be the second film that James Gunn has lost money on, if you count the Suicide Squad that he tried to replicate from David Ayer.
Oh, I tried to lay off her, but then she dragged out the paternity test.
Fuck you! No, fuck you! Fuck you!
Fuck you! Fuck you!
You folks need to come to the realization that James Gunn is not the same as Zack Snyder or David Ayer or anybody else. He is a man who clearly stated he does not take these characters seriously. He clearly stated he thinks that they are a joke. And because of that, we have to suffer now with this universe because of what happened. Maybe. Because like I said, Zaslav and the shareholders, they're pretty upset right now.
Holy fucking shit.
So what that means is they are possibly going to start making some moves when it comes to DC Studios.
Now, South on in April of 142!
I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to sell it. I don't know if they're going to dismantle it. I have no idea what is going to happen. What I do know is you need to let Zack Snyder finish his universe. Justice League 2 and 3 and a Batfleck movie to fill that in. If you would have given us that in the first place, and I need you folks to listen very carefully to this part. If you would have given us that in the first place, we wouldn't have cared if James Gunn's films would have failed or not. We would have at least given this universe a chance and made our decision from there and said, if it's for us, it's for us. I'm pretty sure it would have been for some folks because some folks like that style of storytelling, but not for Snyder fans. We like our tones seriously. We like our tones dark. We like that type of storytelling. Even if you weren't going to continue with his universe, the least you could have done was hired other creatives to kind of go in that vein with the same tone.
The first 5 minutes of the movie was a setup after which you knew exactly what made Superman tick, and exactly what Superman was most afraid of, and why Superman made the choices that he made. And it would have been epic. It would have been epic. In 5 minutes, the scale of the movie would have been absolutely extraordinary.
But you were too busy chasing Marvel. And we told you a long time ago. We told you 8 or 9 flops ago.
And they still get paid huge sums of money for being in films that nobody wants to see. And producers make pictures out of which they take enormous sums of money. And the films, again, are not films people want to see. They're always going to blame somebody else. Always. Not their fault. No, you were the one who said, or whatever. And there's a word for that. It's called upward failure. You see it all the time.
So, no, I'm not celebrating. I'm not happy because you wasted 2 years of my life. And I made a promise. I made a promise to my friends and everybody else. I said, you know what? If this movie flops at the box office, I'm probably going to be the only one that won't laugh. And I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing because you wasted our time. I'm not laughing because you did not listen. Sure, yeah, we're nobodies. We're just people who like the movies. So you don't tend to listen to us. You tend to listen to focus groups and people who think they know more than what we know about these movies. We watch these fucking movies. We know more about this shit than you.
The audience is the boss. It feels like the studios have all this control, but the audience is really the boss.
Got it. That's great to know.
So because you didn't take our advice, this is where you are. So it's your move right now. If you want to gain the trust back of the audience and the fans and everybody else, you need to go ahead and finish what you started. But we're not talking about a comic book. We're not talking about crayon drawings. We're not talking about animation. We're not talking about sock puppets. We're talking about live action JL2 and JL3. Finish this shit so we can all get on with our lives.
Movies, I have to agree because you are one of the biggest figures in the industry. Do you feel that these movies are losing popularity? Because I think that, and why? Precisely why? Why do you think it's happening?
I mean, we've been watching superhero movies every weekend for 15 years or something like that, right? Yeah. So it's not outrageous that there is that the graph is gonna fluctuate, yeah, and so I just think that I don't think by any means that I don't think the superhero movie is completely done. I think that, but I do feel like there's an onus on the filmmakers and on the people who are the guardians of this IP to be sure that they are bringing audiences the highest quality material they can, because now audiences are very sophisticated. They know they know it. They know the stories now. You need to surprise them again.
This has been another episode of Lethal Geeks One Shot, and I'm through.